Welcome back to Arise Prime Time, where we offer perspectives on the news and talking points of the day. I'm Charles Iroegbu. Now let's get informed assessments, making sense of the interview you just saw on this program with Senator Adeniyi, former APC national chairman and former governor of Edo State. I was going to say, time permitting, other significant developments in Nigeria in the past week, but we don't have that time. Our guest commentators are the current affairs analyst and professor of communications at Bayes University, Abuja, Professor Abiodun Adeniyi, and the public affairs analyst Mazi Nnamdi Dixon Iroegbu, who is both a member of the People's Democratic Party and an obedient. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed, and apologies for the shortage of time. But let me start with you, because you are a member of the opposition. What's your reaction to the interview we just had with Adams Oshimole?
My first quick reaction is him asking that Nigerians should give them 16 years, to continue the reunion. It's unfortunate. We will not allow that, and what we, the opposition, are trying to do now is to ensure that we save ourselves from this reunion that APC has gotten us into. Then secondly, he reacted to the Edo State Governor's threat to Peter Obi and all of that, and made it more like simplified it. It wasn't just that the man was offering advice to a former governor and a former presidential candidate, a very notable one at that. He was obvious in his words. He threatened Peter Obi, and every sane leader in this country should frown at it, irrespective of the political affiliation that they may enjoy and all of that. Then the other one is some of the issues with his party and the new chairman of the APC and all of that. If you ask me, it's neither here nor there. What the president has succeeded in doing is outsmarted most of the so-called members by giving the party someone who is completely subservient to him, not just loyal to him, but subservient, because this was his minister, whom we never heard about. The humanitarian ministry that he occupied, we never heard anything until his name now popped up that he's the new chairman of the APC. It's neither here nor there. The president has seen that he has failed the Nigerian people and is trying to throw another kite. He grabbed power using religion, Muslim ticket, and of course, everybody is lamenting. Muslim, Christian, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, everybody's lamenting. The condition, the state of our nation is in a terrible state. Really. Okay. And then, of course, he's now gambling, attempting to sway in to his side the Christian population in northern Nigeria by ensuring that this subservient chairman that he has now given to the party, possibly will change the narrative for him in the north, because the northern Nigeria completely are disconnected.
Well, you've made the point. Prof,
the president
what's your assessment of that incident?
Well, he's just a typical Senator Adams Oshimole. He's a man that is blessed with the gift of the gab. And of course, this evening again, he was in his element. Very interesting interview, no doubt. And of course, he didn't sound differently. We're expecting him, to speak, of course, in favor of APC.
Indeed. And
of course, as somebody who is at the commanding height, of the party governance, both in the covert, and the overt space. He's supposed to be in the know, and he also has the ability, to portray things in the way they are, and sometimes a bit of rhetoric as well, sometimes a bit of propaganda. Well, he's a good representative of the party, whether for good or for bad, as the case could be. But this kind of back and forth is not unexpected in the political space, especially as we are closing in to the next election. We're going to continue to have more of it, but overall, again, I think some of the things he said I agreed, but some of them I also disagreed. That is natural. But
what were the things you disagreed with?
I'm not too sure that there's a connection with the people yet with respect to the government economic policy. There's still a distance. Yes, we know that there's a bit of stability with the exchange rate. There's a bit of predictability, but we're yet to see how it's going to rub directly on the common people. And the argument has been made that it will take time. But again, when time, comes too long, when it's taking too long, people become impatient,
Indeed.
and the outcome is going to be a negative representation, a negative portrayal of the administration, irrespective of the rhetorics or the defense that is probably put forward, by clinical speakers, people who
that's a good point.
Speak with a rhetorical flourish, like Oshiomhole. It doesn't matter what they say, but the facts will still be on the ground.
Indeed. We've got less than 30 seconds left. In furtherance of what you said at the outset, we've seen people like Rabiu Kwankwaso of the NNPP saying that President Tinubu's development plan is lopsided and that most of his budget is targeted at just one section of the country and not across the country. And I would imagine that you agree with him.
I don't agree that it is one section of the country, but rather that his own clique, the Lagos gang, are the beneficiaries of the policies that the government of the day has given to the nation.
Right.
So every other zone, north, south, east, west, south, south, north, central, northeast, every other zone in Nigeria is going through this very excruciating hardship and all of that. So nobody should divide us along north and south. The truth is that this president is very parochial in his approach to governance. He has assembled his in-house men. Like I said, the one that he has also given the party now is one who is subservient to him. So everyone around him is yes sir, and not interrogating the real issues that will better the Nigerian people.
On that note, it's the public affairs analyst Mazin Nnamdi Dixon Iroegbu, who's a member of the PDP and an obedient, and Professor Abiodun Adeniyi, current affairs analyst, professor of communications at Bayes University, Abuja. Thank you very much indeed. Sorry the time was so short. That's it for this edition of Arise Prime Time. Join us again next week. From me and the entire team here in Abuja, bye-bye and thank you for watching.